So once I put the label for field authentication, in case of else, I need to make sure I give the ID to it too, and also ID to username and password. Then I can access them in my controller class, where I do authentication, pass username, password, right, into my authentication method. Pretty much just check if they're equals, then return true. If true, we show the page, right? Else, we just say that label just visible. So how do we do that? Like, just give the ID. So just to give the ID, we switch to text, and we just do fx ID, and just say uname, and the same as password, right? So pw, and the label that we just add. So where is the label? In the search, there you go. So this is gonna be incorrect. Okay. Let's name it that we know field auth. Okay. Field auth. Now let me just spell it out. Else that means field authentication. Let me save that. I have to make sure it's seeing it, right? Let me see if I can get username, which is uname dot. It's not seeing uname. So first I need to move them into the password field, not the label, and text field for uname. And second, I need to declare text field. Pretty much just use the same name as your ID, and then text field uname, right? Then it's seeing it now. So let's test first. If I type something and it's going to print out, like if I type no part exception, line 15, uname dot. I need to, there's an error because here I should name it public or use noted XML, either one. Like if I use a noted with fxml, that is also okay too. Or you can just say public. Okay, public is going to access everywhere. But if you use annotated fxml, it's just in here, right? So that should do. Let's test first. I didn't type the name, so let's type the name. So it should print out. There you go. So I'm able to get right text. Then I can do authentication now. So let me uncomment this. And I already created the authentication method, right? To pass uname dot get text and comma pw dot get, right? But pw, of course, you need to do the same, right? Which you have to declare too. and this is going to be a password fxml, and then password field, right? pw. It has to be the same name as your ID that you've given on the fxml right there. The notation normally is go on the top. Okay. Let me make the windows like bigger too. Alright, so let's run the program. So, seems like bigger has to be this one. Width and height. Let me do the else too. Else I'm going to make the field authentication visible, which I have to declare right here too. I don't have to do it twice. I can do annotation just once. And label, and need to import label. That should do. So fill set visible to true when you fill, right? And let's run it. Let's test now. Let me do the field authentication. There's an error. Let's fix it. Line 22. If it's true, say no part exception. Else that means failed, right? So it seems like authentication is a problem here. It said null, that means something is empty. Authentication, return, correct username, correct password. So what we have to do is, we have to check what's wrong at this point. So I'm able to read GGG in, right? So how about PW? Maybe there's an error on PW. Oh, actually there's an error right there, field authentication, that's why. Similar notation has to do for each of them then. That's what it is, right? Alright, so let's test them. So you have to always test the program. You can't just write one that works. There you go, incorrect username and password. Right, so now, of course, if it's correct, let's try a correct one. It should take me to another page. Okay, so now the question is, since I start to have two scenes now, like two windows, one is the create new survey, right? Create survey, and the other one is the main, right? Homepage, right? So let me start to rename them. Then we pretty much just, when we rename, we should do refactor because it's being used many places. So main, okay. So that's your main, and then maybe we have main method. I don't want it to be confusing, so let's say homepage. And controller, this controller actually belongs to homepage controller because it handles those buttons, register and sign in. Then we should separate all the controller for each fxml or each scene. So I should rename this controller to homepage, right? Controller. And then I should create a new class just to handle that controller. Right, create survey. New class and name create. Like each scene should have its own controller because we separate model and view, right, controller. And then that you can start to code your own create survey controller from there. The same to handle the button create new survey and takes to the next page. Alright, so exception, let's say if you need to validate, right? Email has to be an email format, right? But this one I can, right? Because username can be anything, right? So maybe sign up is the page where we can do validation. When you start to sign up, because username can be any format with email or not email. Password sign. So let's do sign up and create the exception for validation. But before, yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we need to create a new scene for sign up. So same new file, right? So sign up.xml, and then use scene builder, start to construct the layout, right? So for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretty much just use simple pane and drop one label, which is email, and need a button, name register, and one text field, which normally you should use grid, right? Pane here to do a layout. Email, text field, T, right? Label. Okay. Email. And register. And of course you need what? Something like for password and confirm your password, right? Confirm password. Right, so this is a point where you have to do exception to make sure they are equal. Email is in the form of email, password is in the form of password, like strong security password, including number and, right, uppercase, lowercase, special characters that we use try catch to help. So I add the text label, registration, and lay out a little bit. Alright, so we have registration page. Now, same, right? I need to link this back to the sign up. So this has to be ID. Have to add ID for that.